Yo, what's up guys? So today's video is particularly for all the BTS fans and even just K-pop fans in general, because you are being lied to. Now there's not enough people out there exposing BTS, exposing K-pop, and it's a damn shame because BTS are not who you think they are. Okay, they've put on this persona of they're just these nice guys, this and that.
All right, so get ready, because today we are diving into some pretty thought-provoking stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to be exploring K-pop.
Oh, okay.
But not like the typical stuff you hear about, like the catchy tunes or, all the awesome dance moves.
Right.
We're going way deeper.
Oh, cool.
We're going into the symbolism of K-pop with this YouTuber named Alex the Activist.
Right.
And they've really made a name for themselves online.
Interesting.
They dissect these music videos and point out all these things they see as hidden messages. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, and they've really gone all in on this.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking a playlist over 40 videos,
Wow.
all dedicated to this, analyzing the symbolism in K-pop.
That's dedication.
Yeah, you can tell they feel a real urgency to get this message out there.
You can definitely feel that urgency in the transcript that we're looking at today.
Yeah.
It's from a video called Why I Continue to Expose K-Pop. And let me tell you, Alex doesn't hold back at all.
What do you mean? They straight up call out what they see as satanic.
Oh, wow.
And wicked symbolism.
Okay.
And they really believe it's having a serious impact.
Yeah.
Especially on younger fans.
I see.
Which is a little concerning.
Yeah. I mean, the way that Alex defines these terms is interesting, though.
Yeah.
Satanic for them means anything that's connected to a force that opposes good.
Right.
Something that's actively working to manipulate and control people.
Okay.
It's not just a religious definition for them.
Right.
It's more like a broader concept.
Makes sense.
And all those symbols that they point out.
Okay.
The things like Masonic floors.
Masonic floors.
Yeah.
I don't even know what those are.
Right.
What is that?
So in Freemasonry, it's a fraternal organization.
Right.
They have this checkered floor that's a big symbol for them. And it represents duality.
What do you mean?
Good and evil.
Oh.
Light and darkness.
Gotcha.
It's a pretty complex organization, though.
Right. They have a lot of rituals and beliefs that some people outside the group find really secretive.
Okay.
Even suspicious sometimes.
Okay, so maybe a little shady.
Yeah, and Alex seems to think that when this imagery shows up in K-pop videos, it's a deliberate attempt to connect the genre to those ideas.
So it's not just the symbols themselves, it's the potential connections and the underlying meanings that Alex is worried about.
Exactly.
It's they're saying these symbols are code for something much more sinister.
Yeah, to really get why this bothers Alex so much, you have to understand their worldview.
Okay, explain that.
They see the world as this constant spiritual battle.
Wow.
Good versus evil.
Yeah.
And they think these symbols are tools that are being used by the wicked side to control people and influence them.
That's pretty intense.
It is.
So how does K-pop even fit into all of this?
Well, Alex sees it as particularly dangerous.
Okay, why?
Because it has this massive global reach.
That's true. K-pop is everywhere.
Right, and they even point out that some of the smaller K-pop groups are getting hundreds of millions of views.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Way more than some well-known American artists.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's this idea that K-pop is this vehicle for spreading these symbols and these ideologies to a massive audience.
Especially young people.
Exactly.
So we're more impressionable.
Right, and it's not just about the number of viewers.
Right.
Alex also talks about the way that fans idolize these K-pop stars.
Yeah, they make a comparison to idol worship.
Yes.
Which is seen as a bad thing in a lot of religions.
Yeah, and Alex argues that this intense devotion that fans have makes them more likely to just accept these messages and symbols without even realizing it.
It's they're being primed for it.
Right.
Without even knowing.
Exactly.
So it's a combo of the symbols themselves.
Yeah.
The intent behind them and that massive reach and passionate fan base.
Right.
That K-pop has.
Yeah, it all works together.
And what's even more interesting is that Alex doesn't think this is unique to K-pop.
Really?
They compare it to American pop music, too.
Huh.
like suggesting that this use of symbolism is happening across the entire music industry.
So there's like a bigger picture here.
Yeah, it's like Alex is painting this picture of like a system.
Okay.
The system that's using symbolism to manipulate people.
On a global scale.
Yeah. It's a big claim.
It is.
So let's get into some specifics. Like, what are some examples of this symbolism that Alex is talking about?
Yeah, let's dive into that. Well, there's one example where Alex is analyzing a music video with a female K-pop group. And they point out that the group is dancing on this checkered floor. Which is like really similar to that Masonic symbol we were talking about.
Right, the Masonic floor.
Yeah, and Alex sees this as like a clear sign that the group is being used to promote Masonic ideas, whether they realize it or not.
So even if the artists themselves aren't aware of like the deeper meanings, Alex still thinks the imagery is being used intentionally.
Yeah, by like the people behind the scenes.
Like the producers and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Alex also talks about how often pyramids show up in K-pop videos.
Pyramids?
Yeah, really.
Interesting.
They say that it's another symbol
Okay.
that's connected to secret societies and occult practices.
Okay, so like more of that shady stuff.
Yeah, and it represents like this hierarchical power structure.
Right.
With just a few people at the top controlling everyone else. And Alex connects this to the way that K-pop groups are structured.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like there's usually a clear hierarchy where the most popular members get like the most attention.
Right, and the most screen time.
Exactly.
So the pyramid is like a visual representation of that.
Yeah, like it's reflecting the power dynamics within the industry.
Okay, I can see that.
And then there's 666.
Oh, yeah, the big one.
Probably the most well-known symbol associated with like the devil and evil.
Yeah, for sure.
And Alex points out that it pops up a lot in K-pop videos.
Really?
Sometimes it's like hidden in the background.
Okay.
Other times it's more obvious.
Like that feels like a direct message.
Right. Like 666 is not subtle.
Yeah, not at all.
And for Alex, it just adds to this idea that there's like a deliberate attempt to put satanic imagery in K-pop and expose fans to these negative forces.
Okay, so we got the Masonic floors, the pyramids, 666. Are there any other symbols that Alex mentions?
Yeah, they also talk about devil horns.
Okay, the hand gesture.
Right.
A lot of people just see that as like a rock music thing.
Yeah, like rebellion.
Yeah.
But Alex interprets it as like a direct symbol of the devil.
Oh, wow.
And evil influence.
Okay.
They say that because it's used so much in K-pop.
Yeah.
It's another sign that there's like this satanic agenda.
It's so interesting because I feel like a lot of people would see these symbols, especially the devil horns, as totally harmless.
Right.
Even like cool or edgy.
You know, like part of the aesthetic.
But Alex is coming at it from like a totally different place.
Yeah. It's a whole different perspective.
And that's what makes this so fascinating.
It really is.
It shows how differently people can interpret the same symbols.
Yeah, depending on your worldview and your beliefs.
Exactly like what one person sees as harmless fun.
Yeah.
Another person might see as something dangerous.
Absolutely.
So for Alex, all of this symbolism points to a bigger issue.
Right.
Like this idea of a controlling matrix system that's influencing how people think and act. And they see K-pop as like a major part of that system.
Exactly. And Alex even talks about other things that people should avoid to escape this system.
Like what?
Things like microwaves.
Microwaves, really?
Yeah, GMO.
GMOs.
Okay. And even tap water.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
What's wrong with microwaves and tap water?
Well, Alex sees those things as part of this bigger effort to control people.
Okay.
Like control their health and well-being. They think that microwaves give off harmful radiation. And that tap water is full of toxins.
Okay, so it's not just about K-pop.
Right.
It's like this whole lifestyle change that Alex is advocating for.
Yeah, it's about like waking up to these hidden agendas.
Right.
And taking back control of your life.
So it's about more than just music.
Yeah, as a whole philosophy.
This deep dive has definitely given me a lot to think about.
I know, right?
We've got Alex's beliefs about the symbolism, their worries about K-pop's influence.
Yeah.
And this whole message about waking up to this controlling system.
It's a lot to unpack.
It really is. It's kind of wild how much Alex wants their viewers to get involved.
Yeah.
They're like always asking for suggestions.
Really?
Yeah, like, hey, send me K-pop videos to analyze. They really want to expose this stuff.
It's like they're building a community around uncovering this hidden symbolism.
Yeah, like crowdsourcing their research.
Yeah, exactly. And it really shows you the power of the internet. Like people can connect and share information so easily now.
Yeah, it's a whole new world.
Right.
So we've been like really focused on Alex's viewpoint.
Yeah.
But what about other perspectives?
Right. Like, why is K-pop even so popular in the first place?
Yeah, like what are the cultural factors?
Well, K-pop is more than just music.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's a whole cultural phenomenon.
Right, with like the music videos, and the dancing, and the fashion.
The fans are so dedicated.
Yeah, it's like its own world.
It really is.
So all the symbolism that Alex is talking about,
yeah,
could it be interpreted differently?
Oh, totally.
Like in a Korean cultural context?
Symbols can mean different things in different cultures.
Right.
So something that might seem weird or scary here could be totally normal or even positive somewhere else.
So it's important for our listeners to remember, this is just Alex's interpretation.
Yeah.
It's based on their beliefs and experiences.
Exactly.
So their analysis is interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
But you got to consider other viewpoints.
And do your own research.
Yeah, exactly. Don't just take one person's word for it.
Okay, good point.
And it makes you think about, like, how do we even evaluate these claims of hidden agendas and manipulation in the media?
Right, because it's everywhere.
Yeah, we're bombarded with it constantly.
It's like we need to become media detectives.
Yeah, learn to decode the messages.
Both the obvious ones and the hidden ones.
Right. Like, who's sending the message?
Yeah, what do they want?
Why are they using certain symbols?
Exactly. Are there other interpretations?
Yeah, good questions.
If we ask those questions, we can be smarter about what we consume.
Yeah, and not be manipulated so easily.
Exactly.
Well, this deep dive into Alex the activist in K-pop has been wild.
Yeah, definitely thought-provoking.
We've learned about Alex's views on symbolism, their concerns about K-pop's influence, and this whole message of like waking up to a system that's trying to control us.
It's a lot to think about.
It really is. And it shows us the power of symbolism,
the
importance of critical thinking,
absolutely,
and how crucial it is to be media literate in today's world.
Couldn't agree more.
So as we wrap up, don't be afraid to question what you see and hear.
Good advice.
Explore different perspectives.
Yes.
Do your own research.
Exactly.
And in the end, form your own conclusions about the messages and symbolism you encounter.
That's what it's all about.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Yeah, this was a good one.